Stay Alive is a survival horror tabletop role playing game with elements of violence, emotional trauma, biological infection, and may include other mature content or themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
Government officials insist that this is an isolated incident difficult to manage and prevent. Who knows perhaps we will continue to keep you informed.
Previously on Stay Alive, our survivors eventually having made their way to the CDC in pursuit of a last ditch effort to find treatment for D, largely at the forceful behest of Crow, saw Crow eventually parting ways from the group in a rather tense schism, where their newfound encounter with an individual by the name of Roman saw our survivors with their new allies, David and Frankie, set against a rather imposing force, with Crow teaming up with Roman. After Poppy and Rose, twin sisters, finally connected, and Julius, the theatrical and demonstrative individual holding down camp at New Eden, ultimately started showing the survivors around. It was Frankie who had returned from a scouting and reconnaissance effort, alerting the rest of New Eden that Roman's forces are perhaps far more developed and secure than originally thought, and that in addition to Roman's growing frustrations with New Eden, there is concern that the strain they are being put under is likely to cause them to fight back soon enough. As a proactive measure, Roman, having decided to squash that particular resistance before it is able to actually muster any force or energy, intends to attack New Eden. A specific detail Frankie was fortunately able to collect on her reconnaissance efforts. In addition to the impending attack on New Eden, Crow, with Roman seemingly having taken a shine to him, was brought to a isolated factory warehouse somewhere in between New Eden and the CDC location, where Crow is shown that it seems the Legionnaires, Roman's group of subordinates, seem to be housing mutated Zerk, specifically a Zercules being confined within the factory location. We pick up now with our survivors just having come to terms and given a few moments to digest Frankie's recent revelations. And as you find yourself in a collected mass with some of the standout or individuals of note within New Eden's hierarchy of leadership, or whatever qualifies as leadership in New Eden, you have what seems to be a limited window of time before Roman is looking to squash the resistance he expects from New Eden for good, return with who knows what kind of force and vigor, and coming to terms with the loss of an ally, the addition of several new ones, and what that means for the pathway forward. So, survivors, what happens next?
So, Frankie, do we have a plan?
Well, I don't think we're gonna run from this one. So, in that sense, yes.
I think the real question is, do we want to fight them here, or does it make sense to go on the offensive? Swear, perhaps some you've... Well, I think Frankie, having taken an opportunity to go and check out Roman's setup, you're probably the best one to advise us on that particular decision.
I don't think we'd have a shot if we went to his turf. It is significantly more armored than we are.
And besides, performing in your own theater is always better than doing it at one away. This way you know where your cues are and your stage marks and the wings. We know this place. We would definitely have a tactical advantage. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how tactical advantages work, right? Yes?
That's right. Yes.
So do we need to start like hanging paint cans from the ceiling that swing down at the door, or make little pits in the ground for them to fall into with sticks?
Are you basing your entire survival strategy off of the Christmas movies?
Possibly.
Okay. I'm gonna turn and look at the twins, who I presume are in the room. I'm curious what the two of y'all make of this, and I'll kind of nod to Sexy, who I presume is also somewhere in the vicinity. Obviously, you don't live here. This isn't your home. But, well, things could get pretty ugly here in the future. You're not obligated to stay and help, but you're also welcome to if you're looking to throw in your lot with a scrappy group of folks just trying to make their way.
Kind of look at Poppy. We need to sleep on it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Where do we
do that?
Julius, weren't you supposed to give them the tour?
I was, until somebody interrupted me. I believe we did make it to the bedding area. Oh yes, because I told you not to sleep
You were
on the
telling us
spring
about
mattresses. Yes.
That's right, you did. Yeah, I remember now.
That's back this way, or
Yes, past kitchenwares where it's actually the kitchen.
Yep.
Perfect.
At this point, you see Hobbs, the individual with a relatively sizable build that interrupted your tour in the first place, who appears to be fiddling with a rifle. Sexy clearly showing him some kind of mechanical bolt rod instrument that's been modified on the rifle that he was using. But eventually seeing him kind of nod towards Operative Sexy and beginning to walk over, hands on his hips, wearing a relatively dirty wife beater, hair kind of long and scraggly as if it's not combed, in a very purposeful type of manner, but still maintains it relatively tight to the scalp. Hey, sorry about coming at you earlier. We're just we're all a little nervous. Just anyway, we're gonna need to talk with everybody soon and figure out what the plan of attack is for the moving parts in the days to come. I suppose Julius probably showed you the sleeping area already. Seems to be one of Julius's favorite. But as it stands, I'm still sorry to have given a bad impression. I'm not trying to be hostile to outsiders. That's not the way things are done here. Hobbs, if you need anything, you come let me know, and I'll do my able best to give you a hand.
Great.
Thank you, Hobbs. Now, don't forget to work on those breathing exercises we talked about.
Well,
That'll calm your
yeah,
nerves.
I do, Julius. I do. Okay, in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Every time it's the same. And never mind. Anyway. Okay, just find my chakras. Be at peace.
There you go.
Just gonna, if anyone needs me, I'm just gonna be walking in a small circle out back. Okay.
All right.
And you see Hobbs begin to kind of move towards the exterior location that Frankie originally had bursted through. What is everybody else doing right now?
Well, I think it's probably worth doing an inventory of what we have in the way of weapons and ammunition and anything else that might be of value. So I will probably see if I can recruit Frankie or maybe some of the other folks, Nathaniel perhaps, Shay perhaps, to come and help. Just do a quick inventory, see if we got everything we need.
And you would, as a reference point, Shay apparently was shot and has now
that's
some
right.
limited mobility issues in
That's
the
right.
previous exchange with Roman.
I'll let Shay heal up then. Never mind.
Go to where the sleeping places are.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
We're
Yes,
gonna
yes.
go.
Come. We'll get you some bedding and maybe a change of clothes. Those you've been wearing those for quite some time. I can tell. Don't worry. We will get you something appropriate. Come.
Okay.
Just follow.
Yeah.
Question. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Julius Montgomery Westbrook.
That
Julius.
seems nice.
Montgomery. Oh,
Oh. That'll be easy to remember.
yeah. Do you have here, I know this was like some sort of food, gathering, supply outpost or something. Do people keep weapons here? Is there some sort of stock room or something?
I mean, we do have a few things laying about. That's really more of David's territory. I tend to not go towards them. The only combat training I have is for the stage.
I mean, that sounds pretty good,
Um,
right? No, I don't know.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, great. Then I'll talk to David about that.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so we have 2 beds that are currently not being used. So yeah, make yourselves at home. I will go and bring you a snack and a change of clothing. You look like you're a size 2 or 3, which means you probably are 2. All right. And what is your shoe size? Ooh, I don't know if we can do anything about that. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you.
Okay. Great.
Wherever
go ahead.
Rose goes to sit down, I'm going to sit down on the same bed with her.
Okay.
And keeping voice very low, because I imagine even if the beds aren't full, there are potentially a few people napping or whatever, as it were. I'm just gonna quick glance around, keep my voice lowered. So do you know any of these people?
Not really. I mean, I met Sexy before. I don't really know anybody else. I knew Crow, I guess, too.
Well, it sounds like whatever they're getting into is gonna be a lot. And dangerous.
Yeah.
And look, I'm gonna reach for your hand. And maybe it would just be safer if we left. Just us. We could go see if we could find our parents, our brother. They've got to be around here somewhere. I mean, here, but surely they got to one of the camps. Maybe. But whatever is going on here, it sounds like a bad. And I just got you back, so maybe we should just leave.
If you really want to go, I'll go with you. But I can't. It's like really scary out there.
Yeah.
I think if we go, we might die. I mean, we might die here. I can't do like anything. And
that's not true.
It's not true. We can get into that later.
Okay, sure.
People are dying all over the place. None of the people who left with me are still with me.
How many people were you with?
There was 4 of us, and then 2 more, and then kind of 1 more, but he got hit in the back with a hatchet. I don't know. There was a lot. There was a lot of people.
So you think we should stay?
I think our chances of dying are slightly less if we stay. But I will go wherever you want to go.
have a better chance here.
The problem is I don't think we can go back to the camps, probably, because
Why?
that guy, this doctor, these people are liars.
Yeah, they've got a lot of, but like surely they're not all like that, right? I mean, right? Maybe.
I don't know.
Look, you've always been a lot smarter than me. And if this is the best chance of staying safe, keeping you safe, then we can stay. We don't have to stay forever, but at least for now, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we can make plans anymore.
Who would have thought I would be the one trying to make plans and you would be the one convincing me we can't?
I'm gonna go look for. What is the right word? I'm gonna show her the empty shotgun that I am carrying. I know I'm saying the wrong thing. The little tubes that they go in. What's that
Shells?
called?
Shotgun shells.
Shells. Yes, got it. And I'm gonna give her a squeeze on the arm and then try to go find David.
Well, it's about that time that you would see Julius actually doing a impromptu sort of rush tour that isn't being paid super close attention to, as Operative Sexy is finally being led back towards the bedding area as well. Basically snow angels onto a bed. This dirt, dust, and grime outline immediately splashing down out and around him, but as soon as he realizes both you and Poppy are close by, kind of perks up and rolls over for a brief moment to kind of sit up at the end of the bed as you're walking by. And hey, how you doing? I mean, you know, aside from the, you know, just everything.
Talking to Poppy?
No, to Rose.
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood that. I mean, fine. Better now. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long-
Fine seems a ways off, but all right. Just
It's fine.
know that your sister took me a while, but really helped us out. Got us out of a pretty tight spot there for a little bit, and I still think, you know, I'd pick you in a fight. Just hang tough. If you need anything, let me know. You know, half dead twice, so.
Right. Okay.
Good night's sleep, and I want to say like a vacation. I'll be ready to go. Short of a vacation, maybe another gunfight. Who knows? You know. I don't really look to plan very much, but
Right.
just wanted you to know I'm here if you need help, or if you don't
Thanks.
need help, or I'm gonna lay down.
Okay.
and rolls back, clambers towards the top of the bed, throws half of a comforter over one half leg and tactical garments still kind of dangling off to one edge, and probably before you can take your next couple of steps already has a very soft snore going, seemingly long overdue for rest. And Rose?
Yeah, I just need to go find David at some point in the next day or so. Like, it doesn't have to be immediate. But yeah, eventually I need to find David to see if he can help me find some stuff.
Okay, is anybody looking to do anything with any sense of urgency?
I think as the twins were having their moment, having grabbed Frankie in particular to go just kind of take stock of what we have. Once we're kind of by ourselves out there, I just give Frankie a very almost like conspiratorial pat on the back. It's good to have you back. Roman was asking about you. I think maybe he's scared of you.
Oh, really? Finally.
I'm just saying.
Took a long time to get there.
I believe it. You while you were out there, you didn't come across Gwen, did you?
I don't think so. I saw a lot of things, but I don't think I saw her. I'm so sorry.
Nah, it's all right. She's tough. She'll still be out there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm just gonna come out and say it. We could all probably die here. I think we could all probably die. I'm glad that I'm not the only one here to kind of rally the troops, so to speak. Because I don't think I could do that by myself.
I think you could if you really had to. We could die anytime. This isn't really any different when you think about it. It's just a little bit more urgent, perhaps, or serious.
Sure. I think there's some truth to that, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the folks here, they're not
skilled.
I wasn't gonna say skilled, but
ready.
There's some truth to that. I don't think they know what this is gonna look like if we commit to a fight. I don't even know that we know what that's gonna look like. I mean, biggest fight I ever got in was kicking a guy out of a restaurant before. So probably not quite the same level here as like a gang war. Is that what this is?
That might be a real crude way of saying it. Yeah, I suppose so, if we really want to shrink it down into something. But the reality is that we're going to have to really defend this place, because I don't know that these people know how to do that. And that makes me a little nervous, but I'm trying real hard to have a little bit of faith in the ones we do have. But it is bad. And I think we've all seen what he's capable of, some of us more than others, unfortunately. And what I saw there, they're ready for anything. And we're not. So whatever we can scrap together, we're going to have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of say holding up a box of ammo or something. You think it's going to be enough for all of them?
Peeking from behind a stand-up rack that at one point probably held housewares, eventually came to hold food and rations, and now has since largely been emptied out. Peeking from behind the cardboard that exists there, this reasonably well-built but sort of aggressive brunette mullet top, probably a little bit younger, early 20s, pokes around the corner. David, Frankie would recognize this as Nathaniel. And as he moves towards you, so that's it then? It's time to fight, right? It's time to finally do it. We can't live like this anymore. I knew it. Frankie, what'd you see? Frankie, tell him.
Well,
we can do
we're gonna be smart about it, no matter what we do, right? We can't just grab our guns and go just running right head first into danger, right?
Well, why not? That's what Roman would do to us, right?
The difference is that Roman has way more people and way more weapons and way more ammunition.
Well, shit, we just won't miss, David. I mean,
did you not listen at all when Frankie was telling us? Like, there were like 30 minutes of everyone talking about what Frankie saw, and you just, like, do you have con in your ears or something?
I mean, no, I heard Frankie tell him we could do it, though. I didn't hear Frankie say we couldn't.
I said some of us could do it.
That's right. Not even all of us, David. Huh? What do you think of that? Just a small select few moving in, taking the fight right to Roman. That's what I think we ought to do.
You know what? If you want to go ahead and run out there and do that, you go on ahead and do that. I'm not going to stop you.
I would not recommend that.
Well, you can do whatever you want. You are, in fact, an individual. However, you will die. So.
Well, that's why there's got to be a few of us that go. Just get loaded up. We still have, I think, one running van. How far away are they, Frankie? It can't be that far, right? If you got there on foot, you're only gone a few days. Where they hold up?
They're not that far, but.
You see what I'm saying, David?
Oh.
Nathaniel?
Can you go take a nap or something?
I already slept enough.
I'm gonna just do the very dad hand on shoulder with a little bit of too much of a squeeze, like the you need to stop talking for a moment squeeze. Nathaniel, there is a right way and a wrong way to do everything. And one day, when you get to call the shots, you can choose however you want to go. Right now, we are trying to respect the fact that Kara and a lot of the folks here in New Eden are not equipped to fight. And trying
Kara ain't running from the front to the back door with a gun, David. Shay's shot. Hobbs is doing his breathing exercises again. Things are bad.
We are trying to think about the whole group and not just the handful of us that particularly want to shoot Roman in his face. And there's a few of us that do, right? And I'm in that group. I would love
you point them out, David. Show me the ones who don't want to shoot at Roman now.
But Nathaniel, sometimes it's not about shooting. Sometimes it's about where you shoot from. And that's really what we're trying to conspire.
Up here, tied to the shoulder. David, I've been hunting for a long time, okay? I know these things.
Nathaniel, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I need you to take 3 deep breaths, and we are gonna.
You been hanging out with Julius too much or something?
Oh no, maybe honestly, I think it would do you some good
Deep
to
breaths. What are
do
you,
some
deep
some deep
breaths?
breathing. Nathaniel, we can do this in one of 2 ways. You can accept what I have to say right now, or you cannot accept what I have to say right now and still do what it is I say. Which would you like to do? I'll let you
Make
think
an
about it. I know
effort
it's a hard
to
decision.
influence.
Yeah, okay, that's gonna go real well. 0.
Okay. Nathaniel takes a deep breath. 1, 2. Shades down. Kara doesn't have much left. I've seen it. Maybe we need a new voice around here, David. And Nathaniel turns and begins to walk away.
As he walks away, I'll just call out, so do you want to help plan the ambush or not?
I'm gonna say make an effort to utilize your diplomacy here.
Okay. That's a 6.
You see Nathaniel stop, pause for a brief moment, the shoulders rise and fall on another deep breath. Which gun do I get?
Well, I don't know. I suppose that depends on which gun you want.
If Hobbs gets the shotgun, I want the big pistol. Okay, but if Frankie's gonna be shooting from up top somewhere, I want a rifle. And a knife. I want a knife, David.
I'll see if I can find another knife. You might be able to get something from the kitchen section. I think I left a cleaver out there. Just make sure that everyone's
Cleaver?
eaten before you take it. Yeah.
We're gonna go fight
do you
like
think?
Roman now? Is that the situation we're in here?
What do you think? I got a hunting knife on me? We're in a Bed Bath & Beyond.
Place smells both clean and dirty. I don't like it.
Hey, we will try to get you whatever it is that you want. But I make
Well,
no
now
promises.
hang on now. Let's not.
I make no promises, but we will try. Is that a fair assessment, Frankie? We'll try.
Some of us will try.
Okay,
Mhm.
I will try.
I'm gonna go get Hodge and Kara and let them know we're getting ready to put the hurt on Roman.
Hey, one request as you do that. Nathaniel, don't get people stirred up and do not scare. Do not
I'm not gonna
scare
get
the
nobody
kids.
stirred up.
If one of those kids tells me that you have been talking about fighting and they come to me and they are terrified and frightened, we're going to have strong words. That's all I'm saying. Right.
No, I have a very calming effect on people.
No, you don't.
I do on Hodge.
That don't really count.
I'll be right back.
Don't talk too much.
In a bit of a trudge, you see Nathaniel marching off and begin pushing deeper into the interior, working through the entry section and some of the staging areas for New Eden. Julius, you would see Nathaniel walk by, putting the next steps together. If you maybe they need lighting or something, you want to join them. Personally, I don't know why they listen to your opinion, considering we're looking to fight or defend. Not a lot of drama in that if you're doing it the right way, but just as well, you got Kara's ears, so now you know.
Dear sir, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women in it are all but players. We all have a part to play, my friend. Calm yourself, and we shall rise to this occasion. I
Julius,
would like to try to influence him.
what the fuck you talking about? Go ahead and make an effort to influence, please.
That's a 14.
I don't know what you mean, Julius.
It-
What is
it
what is a
means-
part that I have to? What are you saying to me?
I'm saying that you just have to find your part, my friend. You are an important part of this production. You just have to wait for the right moment to enter the stage.
You mean like an actor?
Or a warrior waiting to go into battle.
Okay.
Only fools rush in, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think I understand now.
Good, good. Now,
I
why
see
don't you
why
go get
Kara
yourself a
listens
juice
to you.
box?
We got juice boxes?
Yes.
Huh. Did Frankie bring them back, or did someone else hold those back from the run? I thought we you know what? It's not important. If there's one left, I'm getting it. And immediately begins stepping further in, allowing you to segue towards the front staging area where David and Frankie are located in short order. The bulk collection of some of the sort of registered leadership of New Eden is being summoned and worked back in through, ultimately bringing this tight collective up towards the front area of this tucked away storeroom location. Nathaniel comes back in a bit of a proud huff, just squeezing the last little bit of life out of a juice box. Julius having already segued forward. Kara, unfortunately, not as mobile, slowly making her way over. Hodge relatively close on Nathaniel's heels. As you see a dark-haired woman being carried underneath or on top of the shoulders of two individuals that she seems to be leaning on, using them as crutches, hopping one leg at a time with a large and bloody bandage wrapped above her right knee. Probably moving about the same pace as Kara, but with a great deal more effort required to be exerted in that regard. But eventually the entire mass collects in your store inventory location where most of the non-perishables are located. And Kara takes a step forward with her cane, careful to place it in front of her as she does so. So, Frankie, you went out there. What are we looking at exactly?
We're looking at a very well armed team. Looking to take whatever it is that we have left and leave absolutely nothing behind.
Doesn't make any sense. We provided him his required deposit, his ordered provisions. Why he would grow more volatile than usual, I don't know. And you see Hobbs just kind of listening, rubbing his earlobes, sort of slightly rocking back and forth. Eventually, the lingering and injured Shay is brought forward with the assistance of 2 additional personnel, sort of gently deposited onto the top of a shelf that she lands on heavily. I can still fight. I want to take something out of Roman's ass.
You'll have your chance to fight. Don't worry.
Well, I'm not really mobile at the moment, but I can get around the way I need to. I just hang out next to Frankie on top of a roof somewhere.
I was going to suggest the very same thing.
Oh, first time we'd agreed on fighting in a while, David.
Well, I just don't believe in pushing and shoving until push comes to shove.
Well, we gotta do something. And I can't be part of an attack. Not on them. Not like this. We only got a few able bodies left, and I don't want them coming here attacking our kids. We still got people here, good folk. They're vulnerable, though.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's why I was thinking perhaps we set up not too far away. Because from where they're staying, there's probably one major road that they're going to follow to get here. Yeah?
Where they staying?
They're at the zoo.
The zoo. They're at the zoo, David. They're at a zoo. And you see Hobbs at this point beginning to just clap his hands together as he kind of walks back and forth, trying not to interject or say anything. Kind of puts a hand on Julius's shoulder, this almost reassuring, like, I'm all right. And continues to kind of pace back and forth before you see Nathaniel step forward. So we know where they are. We know what they got. We can hit them by surprise.
That's their home turf, though. We don't know what they've done to secure it. But if we can hit them somewhere where they're not expecting it, like on the road here, set up a little barricade, set up a little ambush, hit them from multiple sides. Hopefully we can make it quick and easy, and also make sure that there's no collateral damage to the more vulnerable folks living here in New Eden. I would still honestly recommend perhaps hiding folks out in a different building. But it gets us, I think, the best possible solution, where we are both not fighting here and damaging our home, but also not fighting there on territory that is unfamiliar to us. I think we could have a couple folks go and start preparing even as early as today.
And you finally see Hobbs kind of just clap his hands together loudly, moving in towards the center of the area. All right, now hold on just a minute. David? Sort of looks over at Julius for a brief moment. Now, David. I respect you as a person. You have a valuable voice. And you know that I don't. I'm trying. I don't want anything bad to happen to nobody. But if we go hit them on the road, we got no defenses. Nothing. We got our initial boom, and if they got more than we can handle, we're in deep hot dog water. That's how bad things spread, David.
I understand that. That's why I'm suggesting that we take a moment before that happens. We don't know when it'll be necessarily that they're going to head this way, but we can have some time to prepare. Have a little something up our sleeves. A surprise, so to speak. Earlier, Julius was talking about that movie with the kid Kevin. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it. I forgot the name, but
Oh yeah, Face Off. I've seen it. It was one
yeah.
of my faves actually before everything went bad.
Nah, it was Home Alone. It's all right. Anyways,
I haven't seen that one.
in the movie, the kid sets up a bunch of traps in his house so that when burglars come in,
He just
gets
did it
them
with a
the traps.
surgery, David.
You're thinking about something different, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, my recommendation is that we go and we set up some traps so that there's an ambush, stops the vehicles with some barricades, but then we can potentially lure them into a building that we have trapped, perhaps even rigged to blow up if we could somehow muster enough explosives. I don't know.
Like in Con Air. Okay. Now I understand what you're saying.
I'm going to be honest with you. I really didn't watch that many movies. So Con Air's the one with Nick Cage, right?
Yeah, also Face Off. Big Nick Cage fan.
Okay. All right. Cool. Anyways, I think we should prepare a trap, basically, and a series of traps, even, so that we can kind of whittle down their numbers without having to face them in a full-on gunfight.
Yeah. Don't want to do it direct face off.
If I may.
Yeah.
If we need another place to set up, may I recommend the Spirit of Halloween? It just feels appropriate.
Is that
because they got costumes
that they typically take here?
I mean, it's just
they're everywhere. I feel like so, you know. But I was gonna wear tactical gear. I wasn't planning on putting a costume on.
Julius can wear the costume. I don't know that you can wear your tactical gear if you'd like.
Yeah. Well, we got what? One running vehicle left? Probably a few magazines spread across a few different guns, whatever Frankie's got, and whatever our new friends are bringing to bear.
Yeah, I think maybe a trip to the local hardware store, see what sharp and or blunt objects we can muster up. Might help us on that front a little bit.
I mean, we've picked a lot of surrounding area clean, but we might be able to gear something up. You see the hardware that the new folks came in with?
Yeah, we got a little bit.
One of them wearing tactical gear out here carries a weapon that'll kill a building.
Perhaps we should. What was their name? Was it Sexy? That doesn't feel like a name.
I mean, we didn't really talk about that. He was showing me the gun, and I was asking questions about it. That was kind of all we really talked about. I didn't know he had a name. I mean, I
everyone has a
assumed
name.
he did, but you know, we just didn't get that far. That's all.
Right, sure. I feel like I heard that their name was Sexy, and that doesn't make sense to me personally.
Yeah, it seems like more of a Travolta fan.
Sure. And anyways, we should probably consult with Sexy. I think that would be wise, assuming their name is Sexy. And I don't want to be calling them by a name that they don't go by if I'm misremembering that.
Yeah, I feel like if that's not his name, all of a sudden, very different. Looks over at Julius again. Contextual offering. And you see Shay kind of rock up onto her one good leg, standing tall now. I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about at this point, but David, I can't join y'all if you're going to take this fight on the road.
Unless we could cart you out there ahead of time.
Are you gonna throw me on a scooter with a gun, David?
Put you in the back seat of the van.
It's our only
But the
vehicle.
alternative, Shay, is that perhaps you are in charge of taking care of the kids and the folks who can't necessarily defend themselves.
David,
Just
I'm not a
one person with a
babysitter.
firearm.
Leave Nathaniel here to do that. I'm not trying to sit here and watch kids.
No offense, and I look at Nathaniel, I don't particularly trust Nathaniel with children.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that I think you're better dealing with dangerous situations, Nathaniel.
Agreed. Remember?
Kids can
the
be
whole warrior
dangerous.
thing?
They sure can be.
Some of them
I
new
think
ones
it's
are
a
a little
different-
shorter too.
It's different.
I mean, I
kind
don't
of
think
danger.
they're kids, but like, you know, threats
They're
come
not.
from all directions, David. You don't know. Down here, up here. And you see Hobbs begin to start rubbing his ears again a little bit as he steps away from the interior of the circle.
Nathaniel, are you volunteering to play babysitter rather than get your hands dirty in the fight? Because if you'd like to babysit, I'm happy to.
Wait, is
give
that
you
what
a
we were
box of
talking about
diapers.
here?
Yes.
No, of course not. We're taking the fight. Right to Roman.
That's what I thought.
Exactly. At the zoo, though? That
We're not
doesn't even
going
make
to the
any
zoo.
sense. Yeah, nobody wants to go to the zoo right now. There's not going to be any animals. There's hardly any animals when you go there, and it's normal. They're all on the inside. I don't understand, David. It makes no sense.
You make a good point.
It's Atlanta.
Look, no one-
Why do we have
No one
penguins
has to go
here?
to the zoo. No one has to go to the zoo. I'm trying to avoid that specifically, actually.
So what do we need to get in order to set up for Roman then?
Well, I was thinking perhaps Nathaniel, you could grab a couple of able-bodied folks and start to build some sort of barricade that we could use to block the road.
You don't
Something
think you
that,
just like
one of their big,
turn and go a
trucks
different way?
well, not if we can block them in from both sides.
Oh, I saw that movie. Yep. Okay. I think I get it now. How are we going to do that?
You tell me. You're the head engineer of this project. Make it happen.
Oh, all right. All right. Okay.
Unless you feel like you're not the person I should trust to help plan an ambush.
No.
I'm happy to let somebody else do it.
No. I've got all the reference material right up here. Just give me like a little bit of time to figure something out.
Yeah, sure. Take your time, figure it out. If you need anything from us, let me know. I'm gonna recommend you probably look into some sandbags. Go grab some supplies out of lying around. maybe some beat up cars.
David,
We
don't
got
you
this.
even worry. I got a perfect thing right up here. And Nathaniel quickly paces away. Shay kind of looks around at everybody. I think he's going to blow himself up.
Well, that's why I trusted him with something that is not explosive. He's supposed to build something that is a large object that cannot move.
David, he is not ever going to do anything you tell him to the way you tell him to do it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you know what? Sometimes you got to learn. You got to learn in a tricky situation. And perhaps Nathaniel will learn today.
That boy's got to take his shoes off the time and falls over trying to put his shoes back on again. All right. If
Would
I
you
can't
like to
roll with you up in
supervise?
front, what? I want to blow up?
From
I
a
don't think so.
distance.
Well, I think Frankie's the one providing assistance from a distance, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, sure. I was talking about building the barricades, but
Well, when the time comes, give me our big gun, throw me in the back of a van, and have someone ready to open the door up. I'll do what I need to do. Hobbs, well, once he's calmed down, he'll be a little bit more centered and happy to get back to lifting heavy things and hurting people as needed, but otherwise I'm sure he's gonna spend some time hanging out and playing with the kids a little bit. And I think we all need some sleep, David.
I think you're right. Probably makes sense to get some rest for most of us. I suppose if Nathaniel happens to ask anyone for help building the barricade, just make sure that no one loses any fingers or toes.
Hey, I mean, all right. Well, I mean, we could try. Frankie. How is it out there? How bad's it gotten?
It ain't paradise. It's quite bad, actually. I'm a little concerned about this plan. I'm not gonna lie. I think that it is incredibly dangerous to be putting ourselves out in the middle of nowhere with guns and other things that will make noises with absolutely no defense. So we will essentially have two wars going at once. And I don't necessarily think we're prepared for either of them, but I also don't think we have a choice. So, you know,
We got all of one car, so well, what do we want to do? Do we want to fight Roman and the Zerk at the same time? Feels like we're setting ourselves up for a bad fall with that.
If I may interject, are you? Why are we not fighting here where we know everything?
We could. We got a lot of people here that aren't fighting that.
Why don't we just put them someplace else?
Could do that too.
It's an option. Just feels like the only thing that could go wrong in that situation is that our entire home is destroyed.
I mean, I would rather my home be destroyed than all of us be dead. We can find a new shelter. There's a TJ Maxx just down the way.
well, now wait, if we take them out, then there will be a zoo. that we'll need new occupants, assuming that the ones who are left would be willing to listen to anything that we have to say. But there is that to consider. It is a long shot and probably unobtainable, but it is an option if we want to put that on the table for later.
I like this. I believe that zoo has a stage.
I've been there once. It does. I think if we choose to fight here, no matter what, we will wind up leaving this place in flames and needing to move elsewhere, even if we win and we don't get to go to the zoo.
Then maybe
This
that's the
place.
plan. Maybe this
Could
whole
do that.
place has to go.
We could do that. If that's the case, we should start moving folks who are not prepared to fight right now.
I mean, Rome did burn.
This ain't Rome.
Roman Empire. We just burned him in the building.
Oh, you want to... I get you now. I was about to say, I mean, Athens isn't too far, but, I don't know that I'd go there anyways.
Yeah.
It's at this point that Kara finally sort of steps forward in the central portion of the small encircled area and kind of looks with a tilted head at you, Julius, for a brief moment. I don't know that setting fire to our home is the best course of action, necessarily. But we do have to make a decision. We fight in the open and risk fighting a battle on two fronts. We let them come here and risk moving some of our weak, injured, and young. Or we pursue Roman in some capacity. Standard rules. Anybody who has been here long enough to know what we built from has a voice. David?
I feel like I've made my values clear. I'm concerned about those who cannot protect themselves. Whether we move them to another location and fight here, or fight somewhere else so that they can stay here, I don't have a strong preference. But either way, we got to start making preparations now.
Julius, what are your thoughts on the subject?
Well, a home is what you make of it. A home is where the people that you love and care for are. We can make a home anywhere.
Julius,
I say we.
we're in danger. What do you want? What do you want to do?
I say we move the children and the weak, we lure them in here, and then we burn it down with them inside of it. Like in that Tarantino movie, Glorious Bastards.
I don't watch a lot of movies, Julius. I'm sorry.
Put enemies in hole, set hole
Sure.
on fire.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Frankie, what do you think?
Right here. And I think we find a temporary place to keep those who cannot fight, and then we figure out where we go from there.
Okay. I think I know what Nathaniel's vote would be. And Shay takes a half step forward on her still good leg. Vote would have been to go drag Roman's ass out of whatever hole he's currently held up in, but I suppose for the time being we fight here. Is that the Home Alone plan? Or whatever? Okay.
That is.
Nathaniel was talking about paint on his way over, and I didn't really know what he meant by it, but he said he had a role to play or something.
Don't worry about it.
Like the Rush song.
I don't listen to a lot of music, David. I don't really know.
Nah, that's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
He used to play. Yeah, never mind.
As Kara's about to speak, you see Hobbs cutting her off on accident as he marches forward, looking to speak, but not doing so just yet. Sort of looking around at everybody. All right. Been doing some thinking on it. Now, a while back, we had a little run-in, some of our excursions and problems and issues, and if we can retrieve it, now that's a big if. I get it. I get it. All right, I'm not trying to pitch this like it's what we have to do, David. Don't look at me like that yet. All right. But there's a small, just like a little teensy weensy amount of Semtex that we could theoretically have access to. That might be of benefit. That's all I'm saying. I'm just putting it out there. Also, like, you know, we already have a couple blasting caps just hanging around, so totally unrelated.
I'm sorry. What is Simtex? Sim texting? I don't understand how this helps us.
Well, it's not texting, Julius. It's tech. Sim tech.
Simtech. Ah, so it's some. Oh, what is that?
It's like a molecule, I think, or like a globule. It's like clay, basically, like really excitable clay.
Okay. We can work with that.
What do you think? Maybe we get Roman pushing forward. Maybe we get Frankie up front trying to do a little Nathaniel style action, right? Get him pushing. I mean, y'all, you know, you have your thing, whatever it is.
That's intriguing. Do you feel confident that if we sent people to go and pick that up, you could get them to the location easily?
I mean, easy is a bit of a question mark, but yeah, I know where it's at.
All right, scale of 1 to 10, how easy or hard?
Like with 10 being super easy and 1 being like really, really hard, or the other way?
Let's go the other way and say that the harder it is, the higher the number is. Not that it really matters. Like, what is the likelihood of death if
I would say like a 5 then.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe worth it. See if there's some volunteers who want to go.
Well, if we're worried about numbers, getting a whole bunch of folk out of the way all at once seems beneficial. That's all. Plus, we got maybe 3 more friends in the fight. I mean,
it's
stuff
true.
They were carrying, it didn't look like they were just looking to hang out with the kids during this, you know?
Yeah, I'll talk to them. See what they think. but see if anyone is willing to go. If we can get a team together, Hobbs, you be willing to guide them there? Act as a
Yeah, I can figure out a way to distract Nathaniel before we head out and make sure he ends up hanging out here for a little bit.
oh, I can keep him busy.
Okay. Now, this is going to be a little outside of the box. I don't know if our new friends are interested in joining us, but Julius been having some progress lately, you know, and feel like I'm having a regressive episode of late, okay? You know, and I feel like maybe if you would be in position to accompany, I would appreciate some regulatory breathing assistance. Just for the sake of being out there again. I'm not really looking forward to it.
I suppose that if you needed me there for moral support, I mean, who am I to disappoint you? But
Oh no, my
how
morals are good.
dangerous-
You know, I'll protect you. We're still friends and everything, obviously. So
I can help you. I will gladly come along as long as I don't have to shoot or hopefully be shot at.
I mean, you know, like I said, my morals just right as rain, so I won't shoot at you. Scouts
I greatly
on.
appreciate that. Right. Yes. Okay.
And I've never seen a Zerg use a gun, so I think you're probably set. Well, I mean, but there are other people, maybe, right? And they might not have the morals that I do, so you could morally support them, but I don't think that that's what they're after.
I don't think so either. You know, I'll just try to talk my way out of any situations. It's worked so far.
Yeah. I prefer to have you do the talking. I mean, I got a way with words, I know, but I've liked the help you've been providing me. It makes me very ubiquitous.
Look at you. That word of the
I
day
think.
calendar I found for you has been paying off.
Yeah, I'm through February already, so pretty soon I'll be caught up to where we're actually at. Anyway, now I'll go start figuring out a way to help David get set up with a little distraction we're gonna put together, and then we'll go from there.
Would you mind passing that message along to Nathaniel, just that we're building the traps here and not elsewhere?
Ooh, can we have Julius tell him he's gonna do his whole thing, and I don't know if I have it in me. I've been very stressed out.
I
You see him
appreciate
look
that.
over at Julius again. I'm exceeding my bandwidth for sociability, David.
Very
You
good.
understand?
Understood. Julius, is that something you're willing to do, or should I have that conversation myself?
Oh no, I can talk to him. That boy is easy to talk to. It's fine.
Thank you. Tell him he can keep building whatever the hell traps and bullshit he wants to, but just it's for here now and not for elsewhere. And maybe we can also recruit him to like take pieces of furniture that aren't being used and like fortify some doors or something, windows.
Yeah,
I should be able
just
to manage that.
get him listing something heavy.
You know,
Have 'em
Julius, I think
masticate.
you're a lot better at motivating people. And just
He's
my head
good.
quickly.
He's good. And
I
Hobbs
think
hits Julius across the chest, and you feel the lumbering arm kind of slap into you. Julie, you know I didn't mean.
It's fine.
Okay. Let's
It's gonna leave a mark.
well, there's a battle scar maybe. All right, I'm just gonna just gonna. And now, for the first time, with a bit of bashful awkwardness, you see Hobbs walk off in the direction that Nathaniel had previously left out. Kara,
I'll,
kind of
like,
looking
go-
across the group. Go ahead.
I'll like go to pat Julius's shoulder, and then having seen this, like hold back. You know, Julius, I feel like you're really probably the best of all of us with words and at conveying what it is we're trying to do. Perhaps you could help get some of the stronger folks moving in the right direction in terms of what to do and where.
David, don't sell yourself short. If you had graduated from Juilliard, you would be as good as me as well.
Well, I did.
But don't worry, I can manage this task for you.
Thank you. I appreciate your willingness to use your skills in a way that benefits everybody. You are truly the best of us, Julius.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes. All right, off we go. Let's go rally the troops. Ooh, I should probably find something better to wear.
Julius, as you are about to leave, Kara, with a substantially more delicate touch compared to Hobbs for sure, kind of just puts a pair of fingers on your shoulder. Julius, sort of eyeing everybody as they begin to disperse and everybody walks away. Julius, my dear. This is gonna be really bad. It's normal to be scared. You should be. But when things get really concerning, the people will need a voice to tell them what to do. That voice will have to tell them to do things that might not make sense, but they have to know it is the right thing to do when they hear it. Do you understand, Julius?
I believe so. Like, when you have to instruct an actor to actually act bad instead of acting good for the sake of the part. They may not want to do it, but it's what the show needs.
Yes, something like that. Soon, the show is going to be on, Julius. And we don't have a lot of actors, certainly none like you.
There are not many actors as good as I, but
The
the ones that we have here will play their parts well.
I need you to make sure you're looking out for people when things get jammed up. The show must go on, Julius. Right?
Of course. Always.
Okay. Well, maybe join the rest of everybody that's trying to make sure Nathaniel isn't going to blow anything up. And sounds like you've been helping Hobbs a lot. I appreciate that.
We all do what we can.
Thank you, Julius. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. She places a hand on your shoulder again, a little bit of a delicate drape as it runs down the periphery of your form before she slowly begins to cane off. Shay taking a few hop steps before some people nearby kind of quickly rush over to help, immediately catching up with Hobbs's departure. Hobbs more or less kind of grabbing and carrying her for a while as you see her pounding on his sides in angry frustration before setting her down. The process and the very few people involved who can pull it off are beginning to take strides and make efforts to put things together. Hobbs loading up on some of his tactical gear, arguing with Shay over whether or not he can borrow some of hers given her current state. Poppy and Rose. I'm going to say this conversation takes a little while. There is a process of discussion, dissemination, preparation, a number of moving parts taking place, and groggy as you might be after something that constitutes a couple hours rest, you feel this soft shaking jostle you both awake and turn down to see Hobbs at the foot of the bed, sort of placing his weight on it. Hey, about to go shoot a bunch of guns and fight a bunch of bad stuff, sort of. Y'all any handy with that iron, or you still need some winks?
Are you okay?
Yeah, just wasn't.
We're ready.
Yeah, ready.
What do we do? Also, I need more of the. I was gonna ask David tomorrow, but the bullet shells, the shells.
She needs some shotgun shells.
Yes.
Oh, we might have some. Yeah. I don't know if we have any spare twos, but we do have some shot, so we could maybe get something worked up.
Is that different? What?
Okay. It's not really important. Let's not even worry about that. Yeah. So we got to run out and handle some things. See, both of y'all are packing. Maybe be handy to help out if you're going to be spending some time with us. Fill you in on what we're doing, and you can make a determination on how you can maybe lend a hand.
Yeah.
Or,
what are
you know,
we doing?
You can sleep if you need to. I was just giving you the option. I didn't mean to tell you had to do nothing or whatever.
No, what is it exactly that we are gonna be doing? We can help.
Before Roman ended up wherever he did, a zoo, I guess, right? There's a group of us. We were a lot tighter back then. Me, Frankie, Roman, a few others.
You were with Roman?
Well, let's hang on now. Okay? We looked out for each other.
Well, now
we didn't see eye to eye on everything, and you know, he took a departure in his approach. It didn't used to be like that.
Yeah, people change, so.
Frankie will tell you. If she wants to. Anyway.
So
we're gonna go hit.
We're going?
One of our old stashes, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Assuming it's still there.
Okay.
Are you good at weapons? Do you know things about stuff about weapons?
No, but I know enough. And I've been sitting on a little surprise for a while. Partially forgot about it, but got some good stuff waiting
No.
for us that we're gonna need. Trust me. Wait, that might have come out wrong. Where's Julius? You know what? It's
That-
not important.
So we're going to pick something up?
Yeah, simple trip there and back. Basically, run to the gas station. You know. I mean, but we're not using a car or getting gas.
Right.
Yeah, I figured those two things. Sure. Yeah.
Hey.
Sure. Yeah. If I do a quick check, how much ammo do I have? Because I know I used some.
Poppy is probably down to just several rounds with the long rifle you have.
Okay.
And what does Rose? Does Rose have any weaponry still available?
Rose has the pump action shotgun and then the little. She doesn't know if the laser thing is going to work again, but she still has it.
Okay. Oh, I think one of you still has the corner shot as well, if I'm not mistaken.
David.
Oh, David. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I still
Okay.
have Windex, so like
That's going to come in handy.
pack and heat.
Yeah.
Locked and loaded. Okay.
Ready.
So
Think it
you
Raccoon
see
backpack.
Hobbs push away from the bed. All right. Good news. Good news. We're probably gonna leave in like 10 or whatever. I don't know. I'll ask
Sure.
David. And he turns and begins walking down towards the front of this aisleway, headed towards the front of the store. Is anybody else doing anything right away?
Me-
Before we depart, I would like to just go and find a nice spot by myself and take the towel that I had tucked in my back pocket out and put it to my face and just scream fuck into the towel and start to sob a little bit. Julius, you can do this. You can do this. You're a long way from the stage, but you got this. Okay. They need you. Suck it up. And then I walk back out.
Immediately, as you begin to move towards the front, you see Hobbs, who's carrying a assault rifle, kind of look. Immediately lets out this very noticeable sigh of relief as he sees you moving towards the front. Glad you could come with us, Julius. I think our new friends might join us. David and Frankie around here somewhere. Got Nathaniel
Excellent. We
taking
can
apart
use
a
this
bed
moment to
frame.
get to know them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if we should be doing like a lot of loud talking out there. We probably want to keep
Yes, but
the recitations to a limit. But
I will be
appreciate
very
you coming
stealthy.
with.
Oh, let me go put on my tactical turtleneck.
Your tactical what?
Turtleneck. Tactical. I'll be just a
Like,
moment.
you mean like a library shirt?
I just run off.
Just absolutely bewildered. Hobbs having kind of no recognition or frame of reference there. Frankie, David, are either of you doing anything right away?
I think immediately after the kind of town hall meeting, as everyone was dispersing, I would have just stepped over to where Frankie was and just kind of give a little nudge. So, what do you think?
I think someone's gonna die, but hopefully it won't be. I don't know, to be honest. I normally feel a lot better about this stuff. I'm a little nervous right now. We're up against a lot.
There we are. And as that happens, I will pick up a box that was probably once full of shotgun shells and has maybe a handful rattling around left in it, and kind of shake it, give you a wink, and turn to head out to where I eventually probably find the twins kind of getting ready to go, and just hand it over to Rose. Saw you were running low on ammo, so it's not a lot. Got a couple shells for you. Don't spend it all in one place, though. Or do, because we're only going one place.
Everything's free now, David. There's no money anymore. We've talked about this.
It's a joke.
Oh.
I'm talking about ammunition. It's a
Oh,
joke.
shit. I'm sorry. Damn it.
Like, don't use all your ammo, because then you're run out of ammo.
And you immediately see Julius returning much more regal than ought be necessary for the mission at hand, basically placing both hands directly on Hobbs's face. It's okay. Just kind of turning him back towards the front to continue preparing, seemingly able to be distracted from his previous course rather quickly. Is anybody taking any other preparatory measures? Julius, I would like for you to please make an effort to notice as you and Hodge begin moving towards the front of the store area.
I'm a little distracted with a 3.
Okay. So you're looking outside. There's a small scattering of vehicles. There's a number of Zerk that seem to be kind of aimlessly wandering around. But it's Hodge who goes to give you a bit of a notable slap on the chest. Actually, we do have a hype train as well, so you're going to be well prepared on that now that I think about it. Which you can add
Hey, that's
as
a
well.
5. Makes it a 5.
So you see out in the parking lot this large yellow overt U-Haul. It's nighttime out. And surrounding this U-Haul, there seems to be a larger collection of Zerk around its periphery. That in and of itself stands out to you as being a little odd. And Hobbs is looking at the truck, but kind of turns you. It seem unusual to you?
Yeah, it does.
Hey, Julius, I want you to take this real quick. And he opens a duffel bag that's alongside this collection of scattered objects. Now, I don't know about your turtleneck, okay? And you've taught me a lot. But this is where you need to play a Yorick and take the stage where your role is and listen to me. Okay?
Sure, yes.
Put this on. And he slaps a black multi-plated ballistic vest in front of you.
At least it matches the turtleneck.
Put it on underneath. Don't wear it on top. They're gonna stab you and steal it.
Oh. Fine.
I'm sorry. And as you're going through the process of putting it on, you're looking at this van out in front, and you see what appears to be the orange reddish glow of a cigarette from the driver's cab illuminating in the night. Hobbs is kind of going through the process of what?
Hobbs.
What?
Saw a
I'm
cigarette light in that
getting
van.
it
There was
fixed
There
on.
was a cigarette in the van.
How the hell could you tell if there's a cigarette in the van? Okay, we've checked all the gas stations here. Everybody's done been quit smoking, Julius. You know
Somebody
what I mean?
was smoking a cigarette. I saw the cherry light up.
What
And
do
I
you
don't
mean?
think Zerk can still smoke Unless you set them on fire, but that doesn't count.
I mean, I think I saw one do a cartwheel once. Are you sure? And as you're dialing in and staring, sort of remaining tightly focused, both of you see the cherry with the dimly lit night sky, darkness filling the cab, this small orange dot, sort of just the only semblance of movement you can really see, probably at a distance of around 150 or so feet. Shit. You're right. What you make of that?
Probably not good. How
I
many
mean, I
people
don't
just
know. They got smokes. Like, you know, that suggests a certain level of aptitude.
When has there ever been a good character in anything that sits in a dark car smoking a cigarette in an empty parking lot?
James Dean. Nicolas
Other than
Cage.
him. Definitely doesn't count. No, this is probably trouble, and we should tell people and do something about it.
I mean, I don't think it's that big a deal. You know, what could be the worst? What the fuck? And as you see Hobbs dial in and focus, looking at the large U-Haul truck, you see the top of the cab popped open. This hinged plate swinging forward, and this individual beginning to climb out of it, doing a little bit of a stretch before clambering up on top of the actual truck cab itself. Probably a relatively standard sort of 12-foot high, maybe 20 or so foot long-ish U-Haul trailer. Julius, what the fuck is he doing?
Well, it looks like he's about to do something aggressive, which means we're going to start backing up.
I never climbed up a truck before I did something aggressive.
I'm just backing up.
What the hell is going on here? I'm going to say, Julius, make another effort to notice for me, please.
Hype train.
Yes, this will be well prepared.
Better. That is 8.
So you see this individual is leaning just over the edge of the top of the truck cab and seems to be finicky, moving, doing something along the top edge of the sort of wall of this carry cab that's facing the New Eden front entrance. There's a growing collection of Zerk that are kind of mounting around the figure as they're working their way along the top edge of this truck, seemingly indifferent to their presence. But now that they're on top of the truck itself, you can see their silhouette moving a little bit more clearly. And then you see, as this figure is reaching down, the top right face of this truck container opens and dips as if it is slowly being unsecured. The corner shaking. There's something within the cab that he is releasing from the top.
Hobbs, this is
What's
the
he
part
doing?
in the
Is
movie
he like an
where
engineer or
the
something?
two heroes think better of the situation and they run away.
What would Nick Cage do? I mean, Julius, if you think about it, like the situation, basically,
He would get
you
into
know,
his Mustang and he would run away. Gone in 60 seconds.
oh man, Julius, I love a Mustang right now. I'll tell you what. Oh, I miss those days. It's fine.
Okay.
Anyway,
Can I try to notice something? The truck. How far does it look like the truck bed is down onto the wheels?
okay. I'm gonna say make an effort to apply your scientific reasoning here with this one.
Fuck me. Skip science classes for theater. All right, that's a 4.
Okay. Not probably being overly familiar with this style of truck, maybe not having a really great gauge for what the approximate weight of any number of the variety of Zerk might be. It's really difficult to tell. But you still do at least get a semblance of it's a loaded trailer.
Yeah. Like, I don't have to, I just want to know, it's like, there should be some kind of gap between the tire and the truck. If there is
there does
no
not
gap,
appear to be.
There's something very large and very heavy in the back of that. And Hobbs,
maybe it's another truck.
Hobbs, look at me. Listen to my words. This is bad. We need help right now.
I mean, all right, what do we get everybody else or something, or
Yes.
right,
Okay.
I'll what do I need a turtleneck or something, or I don't know, like
No, okay. You stay here and keep an eye on the truck.
Hang on.
I'm going to
what was that?
Shit.
And you hear this loud car horn, and then another set of sort of squealing, screeching tires, and then a rush of velocity. That wasn't me, Julius.
I'm very aware, Hobbs.
And as you see this sort of therm, this explosive and crashing noise begin to push from somewhere in the parking lot center out of view from the immediate entryway, the side wall of the truck opens and falls flat. And immediately, without being able to discern specifics, this shambling mass begins to start pushing your direction.
As swiftly and as gracefully as I can, I am going to grab Hobbs and we are going to get the fuck out of there.
He immediately turns, Julius, did you see? Oh shit! And begins coming with you rather quickly before the rest of you would see Julius and Hobbs in a bit of a panic, pushing up and towards your general location. There's a cigarette and a car crash. Julius.
We have enemies at the gates. There is something large and dangerous outside. People with weapons, go deal with it, or I'm going to start gathering people up to get them into a safe spot.
Okay, all right. Whatever it was you were going to do to fight, we're going to do that now. So, no trip necessary. Good news. David, if I could excuse you for a moment, your presence is requested at the front of the building.
Sure. Shoulder my rifle and start heading that way.
And as soon as Hobbs kind of feels like you're out of earshot, more than loud enough probably still for everybody to hear, he leans to you, David, everything is fucked. And drags you and begins kind of pushing towards the front of the store. Sorry, Julius, what were you doing?
Oh, I was going to try to find the twins. They had weapons. See if they can help with this.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we would have been preparing to. We were waiting for y'all to come get us anyway, because we were getting ready to.
Okay. Hi, ladies. I hope you enjoyed your nap.
Yeah, are we heading out?
A lot closer than you would think. If you could just make your way to the front, there is a large mass of a thing that the others need your help dispatching. You'll be great. I believe in you so much.
Okay.
David,
Okay.
as you arrive towards the front of the store, you hear the shuffling of Julius grabbing everybody else, Frankie, the twins, and seemingly Sexy, and anybody else who is still left within, who might be capable, as a bit of a chaotic royal begins to break out. A little bit of a fervor and a panic, though many people are already asleep. There's a bit of a erratic commotion that seems to be escalating in slow waves as people are being awoken and alerted to the circumstances right now. David, as you arrive up towards the front, Hobbs grabs you by the shirt. Look out there. We got to get ready, David. Things are about to get real bad. Okay,
At this point,
1, 2.
have they... Is the thing inside the back of the truck free at this point? Is it
Doesn't
moving around?
appear. It appears to be a lot of some things. A truckload of Zerk shambling out. They don't appear to be moving directly towards the building as much as they're almost wandering aimlessly for the moment. What's going on, David? Something's wrong here. This is not good. It's not good.
Clearly, someone has decided to put a whole lot of Zerk right outside of New Eden.
Why would they do that, David?
Well, my guess is it's probably Roman trying to not have to come and fight us himself.
You know what? That's actually kind of smart, now that I think about it.
So, I think we could either go out there and fight them, or we could try to hole up here and waste all of our ammunition while they come and fight us. Or perhaps, third option, we also leave, which I feel like doesn't sound like the most appealing option. Have we finished getting all the kids and weak folk out New Eden yet?
Everybody was asleep. David, we're
Yeah, okay. So, sorry, I've been busy. I apologize.
No,
I
I
I'm taking that
understand.
as a no.
You have to take your time to recharge, okay? How you feel on the inside is just as important as how you feel on the outside. It
I will
is
pat Hobbs on the cheek. I will recharge when I'm dead. All right, let's go ahead and see
David!
about dealing
And
with
you see Hobbs try to push you out of the way as you see a car begin to barrel towards the front of the store. I will provide you an opportunity. Hobbs looking to thrust you forcefully out of the way. If you intend to try and do the same to him, to move him out of harm's way, you'll provide a good chance for the both of you. Though allowing yourself to be carried with Hobbs's push will likely free you from harm's path. What would you like to do?
If I recognize that there's danger coming in, I will absolutely try to assist Hobbs in getting out of harm's way as well.
Okay. I'm going to need you to make an effort to be graceful in a desperate situation.
All right. Yeah, we could do that. Okay. All right. Yeah. It was really great until I rolled that desperation die. It's a 3.
Okay. So as Hobbs goes to push you, you manage to get a foot up in the air. Hobbs' strong and powerful form, more than enough to throw you around forcefully if need be, but as you get a foot up on his chest to try and push him back in the opposite direction, as you see this car barreling towards the front entrance, his planted foot not only provides him additional ground to throw you free from the path of the vehicle, but provides him a planted base from which he is unable to deftly move, as you see the front of this car smash into the front entrance and you see Hobbs's legs upended as he rolls across the front of the hood and kind of slops to the ground in front of a collection of racks. He clearly still alive. I tried to let me just do this. And is slowly getting up off the ground, kind of clambering around slowly. Sort of looks up at you, putting his hand up. Help me up. David?
Can I just do a quick visual scan? Is Hobbs like mortally wounded?
Make an effort to apply your first aid observations.
2.
Hobbs a big tough guy.
I will reach down and help him up and try to provide as much help as possible. And as I do, I will say out loud, calling out, trying to make sure that my voice carries. I think it's about time we start shooting, yeah? And
as Hobbs gets up, you hear this sort of click within his forearm. He's, oh shit. I don't know. I think I broke my arm, David. And as he turns back to look at you, the other side of his face just has 2 huge shards of glass sticking out of it. Do you think I'll probably be all right?
I'm gonna look at him.
What? Does it look bad?
I'm gonna touch the not stabbed side of his face and say, "Hey, would you go find Kara and go have her patch you up real quick?"
Yeah, here, take this. And he hands you his pump action shotgun before beginning to sort of cradling himself, moving towards the back of the store. And David, that is when you are looking back out the front. Some of the Zerk now drawn to the noise of the vehicle crashing directly in front of you. The engine giving off a little bit of heat. There is this definitive sense of clearly purposeful direction, but more so the engine itself is still revving slightly. Not particularly aggressively or anything that suggests anything more than some kind of brick or fixed steering mechanism in place. The gas of these vehicles probably limited to some extent as you hear a slight sputter. But looking out into the parking lot, you now see the silhouetted individual on top of the U-Haul truck staring in your direction. This large red flare shot towards the front of the store. Combined with the noise, you begin to see the Zerk from the surrounding parking lot in the still blackness of night begin to slowly creep your direction.
As I'm trying to wake and usher people to safety, I would also like to be yelling for Frankie as loud as I can and say, "Frankie, to the front, Frankie!"
I think upon hearing all of this, Frankie would have been running as fast as she possibly could go with anything she had on her.
Okay. Frankie, as you arrive up towards the front, ultimately joining David and passing by Hobbs on his way back. Frankie, they need you. And just turns as he has these 2 shelves of glass kind of sticking out the side of his head, looking to push back in towards the interior. Both of you get up front to eventually find David kind of holding both his and Hobbs's gun in position. Flare probably just outside off to the left, burning brightly, illuminating the immediate surrounding area of the parking lot. And it's not long thereafter you begin to hear this slight hum. Barely audible over the sound of the surrounding Zerk. Almost a electrical style buzz. I'm gonna say, actually, Frankie and David, please make an effort to notice.
Eight for me.
9.
Okay. So, as you are listening to this noise and watching these Zerk begin to shamble forward, within the range of this slight red illumination, you see this little small RC car kind of weaving through the feet of the Zerk, pushing towards the front entrance.
Having fully slung the hunting rifle over my shoulder, I'm just gonna cock the shotgun once, look at Frankie, look at Poppy and Rose, and I'm gonna take a step forward and try to take a shot at the little RC car.
Okay. Make an effort to be accurate.
Sure. 9.
So, your shot by itself, not particularly well set up. Dark, small object, especially moving at some speed in between the legs of the Zerk. But as the shot itself rings out, the wheel flies and you see the RC car just land upside down, the wheels quickly shuddering back and forth as if trying to right itself to no avail, as probably just about 20 or so feet outside the entrance now, there is this RC car like a flipped turtle. It is softer than it should be, but a familiar voice eventually kind of ringing out through this phonic radio static interference. Y'all have already done better than I would have expected. Huh? Send Frankie my love. And you see Zerk beginning to gravitate towards this small RC car before this loud noise begins to emit from it. Providing almost a temporary reprieve for a brief moment before it explodes, decimating the entire front face of the building and many of the Zerk around it. Frankie and David, I'll need both of you to make an effort to endure.
Four.
10.
Instinctual understanding, accounting for the deliberately malicious nature of Roman. Your subconscious and instinctual flinch to see yourself protected provides you a little bit of an extra brace as you are thrown against the back wall, Frankie. And as you find yourself planted on the ground shortly thereafter, you look across, your ears ringing and The wetness of blood flowing from a nose or an ear, too difficult to tell in the most immediate of circumstances. Look across to see David, who appears to be unconscious for the moment. The entire front of the store missing, and the wave of Zerk from the parking lot now looking to fill into the hole. And to those of you out there surviving, stay safe, stay alive.